Il est beau, 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 mon pays. Oh, il est beau, mon pays, Burundi. Il est beau, il est beau. Oh, il est beau, mon pays, Burundi. Il est beau, comme il est beau. À Bujumbura, la belle plage de la Tanganyika, le soleil, les eaux pures.
The agriculture and the breeding constitute the pedestal of development, lasting country. Reason for that, the Burundians are made aware of being active. The divine speech reinforces this approach through the biblical verse which stipulates that God will bless the actions of humans. In order that this objective be reached, the contribution of everyone is necessary, including the religious leaders' work. Taking into account the government program responsible and the barriers that every mouth has something to eat and every pocket has money, the family pastor Johnson Simon, the believer of Rock Church Bujumbura, sustained by the family resident in Britain, gathered in the association Top Band Trust. This family sustained different categories of persons with low means or substances in the domains of agriculture, breeding, health, and others. How these ideas came in this family. Pastor Johnson Simon claims to have met the members of this family resident in Britain and have exposed him the situation in that lived the inhabitants of Nkoyoyo and Mageni hills and reacted favorably. Pastor Johnson Simon added again that after having exchanged with the communal administration of Muyinga, they have decided to put it very quickly in application.
Something pushed me to help those people of Nkoyoyo and Mageni. We visited, we had an evangelistic visit in Nkoyoyo. And when I get there, I went with my family. When I get there, my kids asked me, Daddy, why these people, these kids don't look like us? Why the school is not like ours? Why these people don't have clean water? They don't have a clinic. They don't have anything, even electricity. Why? Then I answered my kids. I said, you know, my kids, that is why we are here. That's the reason God sent us here. And I just wanted to know why, because the kids asked me why. I want to go deeper to know the background, the historical background of these people. In 1983, when the government of Burundi wanted to renew about park, and these people were living in the park. They were there living with wild animals, and then they shifted them from the national park to Nkoyoyo and Mageni. Since then they were called bush people, and that's why You don't see them having electricity. There is little development there. There is not even a clinic. There is no secondary school. Because if someone wants to go to secondary school, the primary school there was built in 1986. It's very old. And if someone wants to go to secondary school, have to travel about 20 miles. You can imagine someone traveling, going and coming back is about 40 miles. It's impossible. It's impossible. So many kids end up in primary school. And there, if a woman want to get birth, it's so complicated, so difficult. And then I said, I brought this request, their situation to my, I am adopted by an English family in England. And I raised this issue to them about their situation. So they connect me with the Top Ban Trust, which I am thankful. I am very, very thankful to this family, Top Ban Trust, and my English family, Syria Fosdijk and Alan Fosdijk, who work, who pray, who support the people of Koyoyo. So now our plan is, when I see where these people came from, is amazing. Anyone can improve. We have, through the help of Top Ban Trust, we have taken a group of people of Nkoyoyo to do a training in Zimbabwe. Even leaders of local administration, we have taken them to do farming training there, so that the life of the population can improve.
In the agriculture sector, the financial resources have been mobilized for supporting the population of Nkoyoyo and the Mageni Hills Zone, Commune, and the Muyinga Province in participative approach via the association Tujane, improving together. This activity has already produced the positive effects as indicated. These inhabitants of Nkoyoyo and the Mageni who don't have missed again to thank those who supported them. For Joseph Guamo, member of the association Tujane, this project came just in time to name and appreciate the step already gone through because of the initiative and the financial support that they received. The same story for Leonie Machumi, the woman member of the association Tujane. For her, they had never known such development, but the things actually go very well because they managed to satisfy their needs and glorify the implication of the administration who favorize the good development of this work. These agricultural activities have already produced the discounts results as indicate the inhabitants of Nkoyoyo and the Mageni Hills, referring to the harvesting already received. Joseph Guamo, member of the association Tujane, tells that the member of this association appreciate the efforts made by the persons who have invited to gala in association to work in synergy and whose brought them the new agricultural techniques. Joseph Guamo has said that for the future moment is better because they have already harvested many tons of maize and beans. Beside the agricultural activities, the funds have been gathered to initiate a project of breeding the small cattle at Nkoyoyo and the Mageni Hills. For the moment, the members of the association Tujane occupy the construction of cow sheds for the pigs, the rabbits, and the hens. The members of the association Tujane disposed as well of building constructed at Nkoyoyo Hill as a modern center for formation breeding for the inhabitants of this locality in the objective that the multiplication of these cattle. The latter must be distributed to inhabitants of other localities so that they can also benefit from dividends of this project. How much important? On the site where execute the construction works of cow sheds, Joseph Guamo, member of the association Tujane, trusting that this project will permit them to reach a lasting development. He didn't fail to thank all those who gave themselves financially so that this project be a reality. He has equally invited other persons to rejoin this program because the unity is strength. Even the administration of Muyinga commune appreciate the financial contribution who permitted the population of Nkoyoyo and Mageni to interest in agriculture and work in group in the objective to fight against hunger and the poverty. The Nkoyoyo Chief Zone Izaha Kenibigira in Muyinga commune indicated that this project agro-pastoral will be beneficial for everyone and to invite the inhabitants of Nkoyoyo and the Mageni Hills make all possible efforts in order that it must be understood in the other localities. The financial resources has been also available for supporting the sessions of reinforcement capacity in agro-pastoral domain sessions that took place at Zimbabwe. The authorities have had the occasion of sharing the experience with the confessions religious leaders and called them back that beside the teachings bound to divine faith, they must equally make aware of their believers to development works of their families in particular and the country in general. According to Amede Misago, administrator of Muyinga commune, in the meeting of restitution, has indicated that the religious leaders play the first plan role in the development of the population in order to reach the government objective responsible and liberalized, which is to see every Burundian population capable to eat in her hunger and to cover their fundamental needs. The administrator of Muyinga commune has also informed that this meeting has been a moment of sharing the experiences acquired at Zimbabwe. In the domains of the agriculture and the breeding, a country that has known to emerge especially in agriculture while he doesn't knew hardly than 4 months rainy seasons, contrary to Burundi that knows 9. As they have done it at Nkoyoyo and the Mageni Hills, at Muyinga province in supporting the population in the agriculture and the breeding sectors. The funds had been collected in a view to come in help of displaced from the Sobor site in Mutimbuzi commune, Bujumbura province, victims of flooding occurred in Zone Gatumba. In the agricultural sector, these inhabitants from the Sobor site are for the moment awake and dispose the farmers of tomatoes, cabbage, onions, and the last are looked after by the system of watering. Beside this agricultural activity, another project is on the way of setting with the cautious construction for the breeding of little cattle. That breeding will help as an apprenticeship center for these displaced from the Sobor site in accordance with Eric and Ifukamiye, who supervise the construction works of these coaches in order that in the returning on their respective areas that they could use the knowledge acquired in the matter for developing. Eric and Ifukamiye tells that this activity permits certain displaced from the Sobor site to have donations in construction and gain the money that permit them to feed their families. The funds received have permitted the administrative authorities at Bujumbura province to go them also to Zimbabwe for participating in sessions of reinforcement of capacity in agro-pastoral domain. Back to Burundi. These authorities have organized a meeting of sharing knowledge and experience with the management of the agriculture and the breeding sector at the level of Bujumbura province, as well as the responsibles of the ungovernmental organization working in the communes of this province. In the health sector, 3,000 vulnerable families from the Sobor site have benefited from medical assistance cards that give them access to health care. Certain beneficiaries as Witeka Subira, Bachamwa Vumilia, and Ndabazaniye Adele have expressed the feelings of satisfactions and the thankful moment it was difficult for them to go for treatment due to their low financial resources. The administrative authorities of Mutimbuzi commune have greeted that just because it is a support which came to reinforce the government efforts which aim the improvement state of health of Burundian population, and has urged to beneficiaries from these medical assistance cards to use them as agreed. The financial resources collected have permitted to gather a good number of women from the Sobor site for learning them how to do the embroidery on the woolen clothes. Objective put them on working so that they abandon the practice which can infringe the Burundian cultures. Jeanne Nezirije and Julian Nichizanye, the two women from the Sobor site, affirm that this occupation has been the great importance because it has allowed them to acquire the knowledge, but also can gain money after selling these woolen clothes. The humanitarian, because of the low resources of subsistences of families, Living from the sober side, the program, which consists of giving babies cereal on the age between 1 year and 6 months, has been started. According to Christine Hiranyibagira, in charge of this program, this initiative came as relief of the parents. She has indicated that beside these children, this assistance touches also the aged persons and breastfeeding women. She has proposed that they must improve the augmentation of the quality in order to help an important effective which is in needed. The other side, the young constitute the mainstay angle to lasting development of the country, reason for what she must work on the same step than the others for the realization of the development project of the country and their families. Through football matches at the football ground of Gasogwe commune in Muyinga province, the administrator of this commune thanked and encouraged the young people who participated in this competition, invited them to get to work and avoid distraction. Pastor Johnson also took advantage of the same opportunity to offer advice to these young people. He indicated that they are the Burundi of today and tomorrow, and therefore they must engage in activities that will contribute to their development and that the country. Pastor Johnson Sabimana reassured that different sections of the population will always be supported in different productive activities to enable them to achieve sustainable development with the construction of schools, clinics, and the practice of modern agriculture.
We are planning in a year to come to build a secondary school, to build a clinic, to provide clean water to those people.
Pastor Johnson Sabimana first thanks his restricted family for their physical moral support because they have been by his side. He warmly thanked those who gave of themselves financially for these projects to be carried out. He also thanked the administrators for their frank collaboration in order to allow the population to take a step forward in development without forgetting the Church of the Rock for the confidence it has placed in him so that he goes support others.
I would like to thank my precious family deeply from the bottom of my heart. Since this event started, my wife has been alongside with me. My kids together, they have been accompanying me every time I go up country. They were together with me, and I remember telling her about this vision. What she said, I will do my best to support you financially, physically. We almost 2 years traveling up country. She's been there with my kids. They have been so supported. I would like to thank them so much. May God richly bless them. Mrs. Liz, for your big heart to the children of Africa. You are the principal of King's School of Burundi. The sponsors that you've been providing for many children here in Burundi has been a huge inspiration. I am one of the people who's been blessed by your support, your family support, and on behalf of the children that has been given this support, I would like to thank you all so very much. It is a huge inspiration that causes us to do good to other people. It means we are blessed and we became a blessing to others. Thank you. I am so thankful to the government of Burundi. The government of Burundi who love their people, who care. And they've been, local administration have been accompanying us in every event. We are together. The administrator of Muyinga, the zone chief, and everyone is so kind and wonderful. I'm so thankful to the leaders of Burundi government. Also, I would like deeply from the bottom of my heart to thank Toban Trust, who always from the beginning up now, who have done their best to assist financially the people of Nkoyoyo, the refugees, people, thousands. We've been handing over medical cards to 3,000 families. So it's an enormous activity that we've been doing. We're so deeply thankful to their generosity, to their love for Burundi. I am also thankful to my church leaders who prayed for me and sent me officially to go there to see the people and help the people. I'm so thankful even to those community of Nkoyoyo and Mageni who are willing to give themselves to do something about their situation.
Pastor Johnson Sabimana launched a vibrant appeal to all Burundian citizens living in Burundi or abroad, as well as to any benefactors to support this project.
We are calling Burundian who are living abroad. We are calling Burundian inside the country to join us to help these people. We are supporting as well in Bujumbura the refugees, those who lost their houses, their own belonging by the flood. And we've been supporting them to show them how they can help themselves.
Il est beau, mon pays. Oh, il est beau, mon pays, Burundi. Il est beau. Oh, il est beau, mon pays Burundi, il est beau, comme il est beau, comme il est beau. À Bujumbura, la belle plage du lac Tanganyika.